Hello, and welcome to the sixth section of the South Dakota 4-H Volunteer Orientation Training. At this point, we've covered the history of 4-H, civil rights, volunteer code of conduct, safety, and youth development stages to help you in your role as a volunteer. This final required training will help you understand the positive youth development culture that 4-H strives to achieve and how your role as a volunteer fits in. Positive youth development is an intentional, pro-social approach that engages youth within their communities, schools, organizations, peer groups, and families in a manner that is productive and constructive. It recognizes, utilizes, and enhances young people's strengths and promotes positive outcomes for young people by providing opportunities, fostering positive relationships, and furnishing the support needed to build on their leadership strength. This practice originated in the prevention field, but only with a single focus on programs. Things like teen pregnancy, substance abuse, and juvenile delinquency were addressed using positive youth development. Over time, it was discovered to be a valuable tool in theory to help all youth to be successful. Positive youth development complements efforts to prevent risky behavior and attitudes in youth while supporting efforts to address negative behaviors. Positive youth development acknowledges and further develops or strengthens youth assets and sees all young people as having the capacity to grow and develop. This is done through evolving every element in your community: schools, homes, community members, and other people. Young people, family members, and community partners are valued throughout this process. Positive youth development is an investment that community can make in young people. Youth and adults work together to frame the solutions. Using positive youth development, young people are able to thrive and flourish, preparing them for healthy, happy, and safe adulthoods. When it comes to incorporating positive youth development in 4-H programming, we can go back to the three basic elements that make up PYD: positive experiences, positive relationships, and positive environments. Positive experiences. South Dakota has collaborative, experiential, and competitive environments. These should all be positive experiences for youth. As the adults, we need to help foster a healthy competitive environment where all youth feel welcome and recognized. Positive relationships. This is where their peers, adult leaders, younger and older youth with community professionals can all focus together on those relationships. One of the neatest things about 4-H is that we have members who are young, from 8 to 18, and that helps us develop relationships of all different types. Positive environments. Creating an environment where everyone feels welcome, that is not discriminatory or shame-filled. Every youth and adult should feel like they are being heard in the group. In 4-H, we need to keep in mind that experiences, relationships, and environments are all about the youth. They're not about the adults. However, as the adults in the room, you have a direct impact on how those experiences happen for youth and includes how you as adults treat other adults. Modeling positive behavior is essential to creating a PYD culture in 4-H programming. Think about how you address youth, adults, and professionals in the 4-H program. When modeling respectable behavior, here are a few things to keep in mind as you work with youth. If you get frustrated or mad, try counting to 10 before responding to that young person or adult that you're working with. Treat others with respect, care, and courtesy. You'll find that they will often return this behavior. Be aware of how you are showing good sportsmanship. Solve any problems with care and reason. Take a minute to step back from the situation if you need to. Verbal, physical, emotional abuse are absolutely grounds for termination as a volunteer. Bullying or corporal punishment are absolutely not allowed. If you intentionally make a child cry, your behavior is not reflective of positive youth development learning environment that we strive for in 4-H. Respect, obey, and enforce the South Dakota 4-H Code of Conduct that we reviewed in Section 3 of this training. All South Dakota State University, SDSU Extension, and South Dakota 4-H rules and laws. South Dakota 4-H is an inclusive organization. As a volunteer, it is important to recognize that your ideals may not mirror those of other 4-H families. 4-H members come from a wide array of political, cultural, religious, and other traditions. As a volunteer, strive to honor that diversity. As a volunteer, it's not your job to impose your personal beliefs or the beliefs of your family. Instead, focus on the shared beliefs and behavior of trustworthiness and respect. When it comes to enforcing rules, be kind, but be firm in your approach. Discipline can be a challenge, but a calm and rational approach and treating young people with respect that you would expect will be a more effective approach. Keep in mind, young people will make mistakes. They will explore those boundaries, remain patient and firm through these times. When it comes to establishing rules, make sure to inform young people that the rules are there to keep everyone safe and ensure a great learning environment. Rules should be brief, easy to remember, and never more than 5. While establishing the rules, reflect back and ask yourself, is this a valid rule or an unnecessary barrier? Remember, rules are there to keep everyone safe. When possible, involve young people at your event or in the rule-making process. Establish a plan on how rules are followed. Talk this plan over with the young people calmly and clearly. Establish a system of rewards and consequences. Consequences should be rational and logical and follow the behavior or rule that was violated. In cases where discipline or redirection are necessary, keep in mind that discipline is providing guidance, so young people have the opportunity to change their behavior and be accepting in the learning environment. Discipline is not bullying, a battle of wills, emotional manipulation, or intentionally embarrassing youth. The rules should always be repeated and explained calmly and clearly. Explain why the rule is necessary to the young person. Because I said so is not an effective discipline management tool. When redirecting a young person, take a minute to excuse yourself from what you're doing. Relax and take a deep breath. Be aware of your body language. If you are not calm, you are not strong. Calmly approach the young person with a meaningful look. Face them directly or in close proximity. Give them a direction and ask them to please change the behavior. Calmly wait for their response. This may take a minute. If the young person does not respond, whisper in the young person's name and repeat your direction. Say please. Relax. Wait. Keep calm and wait for the young person to respond. At this point, the young person will either listen to your redirection or you may need to enact a consequence. Link the consequence to the behavior and be specific on the behavior the young person was doing to earn that consequence. If the young person chooses to change their behavior, thank them with an affirming smile and carry on what you were doing. This concludes our final section of the 4-H volunteer orientation. To receive credit and complete this section, please return to the course module and complete Section 6 review questions. We have one additional training that we hope that you'll participate in on 10 tips to being a great 4-H volunteer.